sprint retro and review for sprint 10, as well as the forecast for sprint 11. I'm Gert Marks. I'm the PO for the team, and we're going to start off by looking at what we've done in sprint 10. So first of all, we had two main goals for this sprint. The first one being improving the tina.io README file. That's basically updating the F5 experience because there were some headaches around that. We've done quite a lot of work on that already, but that's in progress and will be finished as in the next sprint, in sprint 11. So that goal has been moved over. And then a big one for us was improving the homepage carousel, which is going to remove a lot of text from that homepage and consolidate it into a carousel that will show all the features automatically, which we'll show to you in a moment. The sprint in review, like I said, is sprint 10. It was only 1 week this time around, and the attendees was only myself, Josh, and Isaac, as Landon is off sick today.
Yeah. If Landon did the most time in it, did he work on either of those sprint goals?
No. We're still in the progress of moving his PBIs, or him finishing his PBIs in the SSW marketing backlog and moving over the Tina marketing PBIs into the tina.io backlog. So if that makes sense.
No, Landon is moving from where to where?
The SSW marketing backlog.
Yeah.
So he's currently doing all his work under the backlog of SSW marketing. Okay. We are going to move that over into tina.io and track it as part of tina.io. So his timesheets currently, he puts tina.io because that's what he's working on.
Yes.
But his backlog is still stuck in SSW marketing. And me and him just need to move that over into tina.io.
Okay, so assume he was working under this sprint, like it shows. Would he work on any of the items in the backlog?
Not currently, no.
Right, okay.
But from the sprint onwards, hopefully he would. Okay. We were going to look at moving over his PBIs into tina.io today, but he's off sick, so we'll probably do it tomorrow.
Okay, all right. Now, with regards to Porto, which is an upcoming event, is there been any work done on that assists with that?
Yes, Landon has done a lot of work. I've seen some emails come through. I think the only part that is outstanding is knowing who is going to go, so that he can start doing that. Oh, you know that? And if you communicated that to Landon?
Yes, I think he knows, doesn't he? Not sure.
I could let him know.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I've told him. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah. All right. Can you tell me? So I can note that.
It's Isaac, me, Hugo, and John.
Okay, perfect. Awesome.
Now, has he got the booth together? Is he the point man for the booth?
Yes.
And is that all under control?
As far as I know, it is. I've seen the emails come through, and him sending it back. He's done the backdrop. I know the merch he ordered for Copenhagen and Porto at the same time, so the merch is definitely ready to go. Okay. So yeah, it's last time I spoke to him, which was last week, he said he was just waiting to find out who's actually going to go.
Okay. All right. Yeah, it was decided last week.
Okay, cool. John and Hugo. Cool. All right, so back on that. So Landon spent all of his time on tina.io as part of marketing. Isaac did roughly 24 hours. Josh being pulled into Yak Shaver did even less at about 16 or 17 hours. And then myself, just PO work, some video recordings and things like that. As part of this sprint, there were a lot of small little bug fixes, small little, just tech debt, small improvements that we picked up, and removing some old code and some old packages and things like that. But today we still have something to show visually to you, which was one of our goals. and that's the key features homepage carousel. So I'm going to hand over to Josh to demo that for us, please.
Awesome, thank you. I'm just gonna take the screen. Nice. So part of our original redesign with Betty was having a new component to kind of consolidate our previous old key features box. And this is what it currently looks like. So Landon and I made some awesome GIFs. He made some awesome animations. And essentially it's just we've consolidated all the key features into a nicer looking carousel. So it will tick it automatically, but as soon as you start interacting with it, you can kind of play around, go through, jump into any of the key features you want. And they all link off to something else. So open source will link off to our GitHub, and etc. for all of our different boxes.
So I can see it feels different than before, but what was the problem with what was there before?
There was a lot more scroll space. So you were scrolling twice or 3 times the amount of space just to see all the same content.
Oh, because you showed all the subtext there.
Yeah, we're consolidating all into almost one viewport on a normal laptop screen. So you can see on my screen now, we can almost see the entire key
Now,
features.
is this deployed?
This is deployed, this is live.
Okay, did you record a done video before and after?
It didn't record on video before and after, no.
You should.
Okay. And also we didn't have GIFs for all the key features previously. We had maybe 1 or 2 GIFs. Now we have 8. So showing off each and every key feature. And that's what's different from before. And it's also now, this is also kind of following along with our new modern design.
Right. Okay.
Yeah, and that's the feature. Gonna take the screen back.
Awesome. Thank you, Josh. All right, so that was the homepage carousel that says PBI over here, which is now done. As I mentioned before, one of our goals was to get the README file done, but because of the amount of hours available, we couldn't get that done, but that will be done within the sprint. The hover description, so the work was actually done, but we weren't happy with the way it looked, and it didn't work very well with smaller screens, so we need to come up with a different way of displaying that tooltip. So I think the majority of the work is done. It's now just moving it around so it looks better on smaller screens. For myself, I haven't had time yet to look at the Tina customer journey. There's a request to record a video to show what has been done based on the brainstorming video that Levi did. We've done a lot of work. In fact, I think we've covered all of these points from a user interface or a website perspective. But I'll record a new video to show that. And then at the end, we haven't touched this part over here yet. From our retro, so what went well, Isaac said it felt good to remove some of the old packages and code. Josh also happy with that, and with the work that Isaac has done. Josh is very happy about the key features component that we've just showed now, that it's finally done, because it's come quite a long while. And I was very happy with us recording the enterprise video, pricing video yesterday, Adam. Thanks for that. And I'll send it through to Scott for his feedback. What didn't go so well? So losing Isaac and sort of not happy with not being notified. The way I found out was an email from Aman knowing that he's joining my team, but I didn't know I was losing Isaac until Aman told me. And
sorry, how are you losing Isaac?
Being put onto the SSW rules, moving to Tina project.
Oh, I see.
I thought that Gert was aware of that, but
Right. Yeah. Actually, I thought I kind of regard it as all the kind of similar stuff. It's not like you're doing Tina, but
I'll stay on this project as well.
oh well, sorry. Like broadly, you're still working on Tina.
Yeah. Okay.
You know, you're getting Tina into rules. Like it could be a PBI in this backlog to do this. Like it could, but it could also be a separate team. It's very similar.
All right.
Yeah. And then Isaac just being pulled into other directions. We know it's going to happen. We're okay with that. It just makes it sometimes a little bit hard if Josh doesn't have availability in the team, because he is the one that knows the most at the moment. But we also understand why, and he's good at helping like Gat Shaver at the moment. What
So
should we?
sorry, what is Josh doing?
I've been working on Yak Shaver this week. So the remainder of this week I'll
Put
be.
Tina into Yak Shaver.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's very similar
Yeah,
to.
same.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right.
Can you just put in brackets of those two, both of them? You're not really losing Isaac, or losing Isaac to SSW rules getting Tina. Can you just write?
Is that something that we should rather be tracking in this team, Adam? Do you think that is or is that a SSW rules backlog item?
Oh, look, yeah, it's clearly a PBI on SSW rules, but it's really it's the Tina team helping get it done. If the rules project didn't have a backlog, we'd do it in this one.
Yeah.
And
Okay.
Yak Shaver is getting TinaCMS. Like all these things are just aiding the
All the-
adoption of Tina. Yeah,
All the SSW products are getting TinaCMS,
yeah,
not just Yak Shaver.
yeah. That's right. But it's the first thing. It's capital S on Yak
Oops.
Shaver. And it's forcing Yuli to like Yak Shaver at the same time.
Tina.
Liking Tina, sorry.
No, Tina, yeah. And it's forcing us to like Yak Shaver. What should we change? Isaac, backlog refinement. Yes. I've been on client work and been doing a bunch of other things, and we definitely need a backlog refinement, which we've scheduled now for this afternoon from 2 to 3:30. Before everyone goes into their different directions. Josh said he can still do some work on the side for Yak Shaver while we're going through that backlog. Sorry.
Right.
Okay. And getting the PBIs ready for the next sprint.
Okay. So I don't know if this falls under this, but obviously the social media that Matt did for Tina, I think was good. It's just a little one about Node 22. I don't know what other social media or marketing is being done for Tina at the moment. Social media by Matt, yeah. So what didn't go well? I'm not really across any stats or activity what we're doing with Tina.
I think the hard thing with that is that's saying Landon would usually answer.
Right.
If you ask that,
do you guys know what he's done? No. And also, I'm not really across what's going on with whether everything with Porto is sorted.
Yeah, cool.
You know, like usually I'd know the location of the booth and all that other stuff.
Okay. Yeah, fair enough.
Did we do the retro from Copenhagen?
I believe so.
You believe so? That sounds like we didn't do it.
We asked that question a while ago, asking if we can be CC'd on that if we're not part of it, and I don't believe we got anything. So marketing.
Adam, by stats or activity, do you mean like the performance metering that we usually have in these kind of review and retro emails, or something else?
What do you mean?
Like often there's the site health and
No, just
what
like this is our primary property for people inquiring and learning about Tina. There's stats. There's
Landon usually gives us the stats around what people are searching for using the bot.
like
The type of videos we've put,
Right.
the social media we've released, things like that. So yeah, that's definitely something that we can include as part of this. Let me just go to Landon. We're still going to CC Landon on this. Oh. Josh. Zach. Pierre's still hiding at the back there. Yeah. Yeah.
I've just texted Landon about the retro. I don't think we have done a retro.
Yeah, I didn't think so.
And Landon, as the event organizer, would be the one to start that. So I've just texted him, reminding him.
Texted him?
Oh,
Like
sorry.
SMS?
Teams message.
Ah, okay. All right. Yeah, I would send an
Email.
yeah, and saying, please do this.
Yeah, and just CC all of us on there.
By the
Please, Joe.
way, I asked Seth about this a week or two ago, and he did mention that he had reminded. I assume he was talking about Landon, the event organizer, a couple of times. Yeah.
Okay. I'll
This
I'll
definitely
push that.
Yeah, like
Because this is way
this is
too
one definitely
far.
that I'm not blocking.
No, no, for a change.
Yeah.
No, but I agree. It's been way too long. It's been over a month, hasn't it? More than a month.
Yeah.
It shouldn't be this long because
Okay. So who was at the event? It was Josh, Seth.
Seth and Josh.
Okay, just organize it. I
Yeah,
wouldn't ask someone
I think
else
they've
to
tried.
just.
That's why I haven't talked to Josh, but I have asked Seth a couple of times. Yeah, and
just create the appointment, have and do it. Don't wait on someone else to organize it.
well, the standard says
We have a
that
process.
that Landon's job is to do this.
Okay, but if it's important, let's get it done. We you didn't organize it, so we organized it.
cool.
There's
We
a-
will need him part of that though. So let's just see who's off
See,
sick.
there's a bit of a. I've just linked there to the sugar learning item. There's a bit of a process and a few tasks that say if I did, I wouldn't know. If I were to set it up, I wouldn't know how to do. Stuff like ROI and stuff like that. There's an email template, which is why I think it'd be better fit for Landon to do.
I'll just give you an example. Landon worked out some of how much merch we sent to Oslo and how much we sent to Copenhagen, and we learn little bit by little bit, and then he needs to get feedback from these guys and then say how much we're sending to Porto, and then get Steph to put all that in a bag. So I take it.
Yeah, that's fine. I'm just trying to unblock, like, if it's setting up a meeting of when this should happen, don't wait on him to do it. Force it. So
but see how
that's
Landon spent the most time on that. I'm not sure where that time's being spent. What activities is he doing?
So I know that he did a lot of the GIFs that he had to create for the carousel. So
he's working on the homepage, is he?
So indirectly, he was part of this homepage carousel. Sorry, so I'm correcting myself from earlier when you asked whether he was actually working on any of the PBIs. Yes, he did do work for this one over here because he created the GIFs.
2 or 3 hours making GIFs together, and then he went back, refined them, polished them up, then did the animations in Lightroom or whatever.
All right, I think it's just priorities, I guess. If he thinks that's the most important thing, it's just different to what I think is most important.
Yeah, it's just this has been dragging for months because we were only waiting for that part, and then he finally got around to doing them.
Okay, all right.
But let me have a chat. I'll leave it in my hands. I'll have a chat with Landon, and then we'll figure this out for it to run smoother and to get more updates.
I'm just sending it off an email now, so it's in his backlog, in his email tasks.
Awesome. Cool. Next up.
By the way, I'm just looking now in my inbox. There's an email about, I think it's Porto. They just call it POR 24. Hi, Landon. The backdrop artwork is due today. Do you have it? This is Monday. Hasn't been replied to. Further, any special orders ought to be placed today as well. This would, for example, include exchanging the poggio table for a trestle table and chairs instead of stools. I know SSW tends to prefer the trestle option, but you need to go through the process of ordering. Sometimes costs are no different than the default package. But if there is an increase, then that is a cost to SSW, which is why you need to go through the formality of placing the order. Please refer to the partner guide. So, yeah. So that it looks like we're too late now from the dates in this PDF.
I'm pretty sure he sent the backdrop because we finished that weeks ago already. But I'm not CC'd on those emails, but I know that the design was done and it was generated.
Who can take over this task of dealing with NDC stuff?
It's probably.
Well, who's CC'd on those emails?
It's just to
Other than you.
Landon.
Just to Landon. I can take it over. I don't mind. I can contact Landon, try and contact him today and get an update and then just see where it's at.
I guess the second person would be Penny.
Either Penny or Seth also knows them because I'm guessing he met them in Copenhagen.
Oh, right. Yeah.
And I don't know if Penny's really met all of them or has she? I don't know. But not that it matters. I just think sometimes it's better if you're dealing with someone that you've met before, especially if there's short time periods involved. But let me see if I can get a hold of him just to check in. Okay. Would he have CC Betty on that?
Yeah. Okay. I think Betty would be part of this.
Can you forward me that email, please, Adam?
Yes, all right.
Or just add me to the email? Yeah, thanks.
Done.
Thank you. All right. Okay, come back to that later. Let's just go to the Sprint 11 forecast. So the sprint goals, the one that moved across from the last sprint is updating the README file. And then also we want Isaac to hand over to Josh anything that he would not finish or that he planned to do in the next few weeks, just to make sure that Josh can then in turn hand it over to, well, not hand it over, but, coach Aman on that so that he can have a running start. I'm not sure when Aman is joining. All the email said was that he needs to finish his work on the website. And I know that he's blocked on a few things, but I'm guessing it would be the next sprint. And then we'll plan accordingly going from there. So the sprint we're forecasting, sprint 11, it's only going to be a 1 week sprint. And just want to update the attendees. All right. So the forecasted availability for the sprint for Tina.io, Josh is only going to be able to 2 days as it is at the moment. And Isaac is only going to be able to do 4 days. But we've got enough work for them to do, luckily. So we had a quick finish or quick done this morning with the blog slugs. And then, of course, the README file being the main part that we want to get done. And the hover descriptions, as I mentioned before, already in progress, but we just need to find a way to make it look better. And then a few bugs and a video, hopefully, that we will record. So looking good. We're pretty confident that we can get to most of these things. Hi, what's up? So yes, this is where I take actually before I go there, once we're done with this review, I'll upload the video to our TinaCMS YouTube channel. Any questions?
Yeah, I'm just looking at this video at the moment. It was a guy that recorded a video, put it on YouTube about writing blog posts using TinaCMS and Astra.
Mm-hmm.
Do we support Astra with everything except I think the visual editing?
It is possible to get visual editing working. There's some discussion. There's a discussion with on the GitHub repo, and somebody's made a template which is on Awesome Tina with implementations of visual editing. We do support Astro,
Right.
but the visual editing is dependent on them using React in their Astro project, as
Right,
opposed
okay.
to us using Astro plugins.
Okay, so what I would like is I'd like someone on the team to watch the video. It's only 6 minutes. Maybe, I think, yeah, 6 minutes. And if it's good, well, first of all, put a comment and put it on our resources like, TinaCMS.tina.io/astro, and this is one of those resources. Who would I give this to?
If that would be somewhere on the docs, on the Astro page in the docs, I could do that.
Okay, so I'll get you to watch the 6-minute video. If appropriate, you'll put a comment on the comments.
Yeah.
And then you'll put it on the Tina page, and you'll thank him if you can find his blog.
All right.
Okay,
Summary or is it already done?
it's finished.
Oh, okay. How'd it go? Do you want to see the features thing where you want?
Loved it.
On the homepage?
We've already done it.
Yeah.
We're in the middle of a recording.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. Cool. So Isaac, can you just create a PBI for what Adam just said there? Make sure you get that link in there, please, just for
Yeah.
reference.
Yeah, I'll send it to you.
Thank you.
Okay.
Right. So that is the sprint forecast. If there's no further questions or comments, like I mentioned before, we'll upload it to the YouTube channel, and that is it. Until next week, thank you for joining. Chat
Okay,
again
thank
later.
you. Cheers,
Bye.
bye.
See you guys.